Happy birthday, April 13th, Aries, the date of Iconoclast. We're going to be reading you your personality today. Those born on April 13th attempt to solve their conflicts with the world through their work. Exceptional individuals born on this day are often forced to be true pioneers, blazing new ground in an attempt to find a place in society which they are basically at odds. But even those who operate with a more mundane social context generally manifest a desire to rewrite the rules of their field. Powerful in their expression, April 13th people are capable of working alone and perhaps unappreciated for years. Finally, if they are successful, they force others not only to recognize the value of their often radical approach, but perhaps to adopt it for themselves. If unsuccessful, they can naturally suffer from feelings of rejection or inferiority, but most likely will continue along their chosen path no matter what the world thinks of them. Less highly evolved individuals born on this day may attempt to deny their inborn talent for innovative actions by adopting a repressive, reactionary stance or assuming a powerful social position. Strong-willed. April 13th people have an unconventional method which they exercise to the fullest whether those around them accept it or not. If members of their family or friends disapprove strongly of what they see as bizarre or eccentric behavior, April 13th people generally go down one of two paths. Internalize the disapproval of others and possibly fall ill, or fight the recognition and the acceptance they believe they deserve. Those April 13th people who are sufferers from chronic physical ailments may, as well as a consequence of copying their own problems, come to work with illnesses as physicians, nurses, or psychological and social counselors. As for April 13th people of the second type, they will not give up until they have succeeded in establishing their worth. Possessed of unusual habits and personalities. April 13th people most often maintain a strictly private personal life away from the world's scrutiny. This need for seclusion can in rare cases assume most pathological proportions. Strangely enough, those born on this day may desire an individual or even several companions to join them in their living situation at home while still maintaining their own strict laws of privacy. Because of their unusual nature and lifestyle, all sorts of stories about April 13th people can circulate within their social sphere, some of them true. These rumors can cause a great deal of pain, as those born on this day are extraordinarily sensitive to the opinions of others, since, as mentioned, they tend to be highly private individuals. Curiosity as to the nature of their private habits is likely to be intensified. April 13th people have outspoken tastes and generally open to less conventional art forms, diversions, and entertainments. If they themselves are not artists, they are often art or antique collectors with an eye for those apparently ordinarily items from bottle caps to brass doorknobs, which later can assume great worth. Although idealists, April 13th people are realistic enough to know how to be financially successful if they choose to be. Numbers and planets. Those born on the 13th day of the month are ruled by the number 4 and by the planet Uranus. The planet Uranus often indicates change, perhaps jarring or sudden change, and erratic, unconventional behavior. Such a potential for instability is magnified in April 13th people by the influence of Mars, ruler of Aries. The number 4 traditionally represents rebellion and beliefs and desire to change the rules. Thus, of the desire of April 13th people to shake up the status quo is strongly reinforced. Although the number 13th is considered unlucky by many people, it is, rather, a powerful number which carries the responsibility of using its power wisely or incurring the risk of self-destruction. Lucky 13. Tarot. The most misunderstood card in the tarot is the 13th card of the major arcana, Death, which is very rarely to be taken literally but signifies a letting go of the past in order to grow beyond limitations. Metaphorically, both this card and the number 4 do, however, suggest that April 13th people must guard against discouragement, disillusion, pessimism, and melancholy. Health. Those born on April 13th have to learn how to deal with disappointment and rejection, which at various points in their life will manifest in psychological and physical symptoms. These symptoms can range from headaches and anxiety to deep dejections and depressions. Sleep can be a blessing and a curse. It normally has a healing effect, but coupled with depression, it can provide a negatively oriented escape route from daily life, indeed from life itself. In this respect, alcohol consumption can be particularly destructive. One way to deal with all of these difficulties is to establish regular patterns of work and exercise. Many April 13th people are naturally athletic. Various forms of sport and physical workout, long walks, swimming, aerobics are recommended. Regularly schemed meals and an upbeat approach to food may be the best medicine for April 13th people. Advice. Make an effort to get out socially. Don't get bottled up. Try to occasionally see the world through the eyes of others. Give freely and learn to accept generosity as well. Sometimes your pride gets in the way. Meditation. On the stage of life, a change of scene can further the action. Your weaknesses are you're misunderstood, you're alienated, and you're rejected. Your strengths are you're strong-willed, you're pioneering, and you're outspoken. Happy birthday, April 13th, Aries. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Have a blessed birthday.